All right, as the heathen start coming in, a little pregame. We're at the Big 12, where Nebraska Cornhuskers will be hosting the Texas Longhorns. Nebraska comes into the game as the 4.5 point favorites at 4-1 on the year. Texas, a solid 3-2 on the year. Uh, they're on a 2-game losing streak, losing to Auburn and losing to Colorado in a close one. I have been summoned. Okay. Nebraska's lone loss. Uh, Comes in week 1 where they lose to Wisconsin pretty handedly. But they're on a 4-game win streak, so they are doing pretty good. Right now, Nebraska is being led by senior quarterback Shane Ewing. 1,200 yards passing already, 8 touchdowns, 1 interception. Led on the ground by Will Brown, 550 yards rushing, 7 touchdowns. Defensively, they have been very sack happy, totaling 11 so far as a team and getting some big interceptions in the back end. Texas, on the other hand, led by senior quarterback Michael Gonzalez, 1,400 yards. He's almost at the 1,500-yard mark. 16 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. 2 big receivers he likes to go to, Jordan Swanson and Nick Robinson, both over 400 yards receiving, 29 catches apiece. Swanson with 6 touchdowns, Robinson with 5. On their defense, not as sack happy, but this is probably going to be a little bit of a offensive battle, if I had to guess, as most G5 games are. Not much defense in those areas. We are here at Memorial Stadium. 85,000 strong, and it is popping. And even with Coach Heim not here, we'll just have to set the rig to him losing. Kickoff. Nebraska will lose the toss. Texas will receive, and Texas will start off 1st and 10 after the decent return for 17 yards. They will go to the ground game. Dante White will get the handoff, and he gets a 4-yard gain. They go back to White, rushes it up the middle, and he is met for no gain. Hand the ball off to Marquise Lott, who gets a 1-yard rush, and they will have to punt it on 4th down. 44-yard punt, 20-yard return. Nebraska takes over 1st and 10 at the Texas 49, starting off in great field position. Ewing in shotgun formation takes the snap. He throws, and it's a big pass down the sideline as he finds Zach King as the pass will lead him out of bounds for a 30-yard gain, and it is a 1st and 10 for the Cornhuskers. Deep at the 19-yard line, already in the red zone. They will hand off to Will Brown. Brown rushes ahead. He gets 4 yards. Encroachment penalty by Texas gives them 5 free yards and 2nd and 1. Drop back to pass, goes towards the end zone, and Ewing cannot find his man Pledger as it falls incomplete. 3rd down and 1. They will hand the ball off to Will Brown. Brown surges ahead, lowers the shoulder, and fights for extra yards, and he'll get 4 on the play, and it'll be 1st and goal from the Texas 6. Wasting no time, Nebraska takes the snap. Delayed handoff to Tyler Helton. Helton surges ahead, and he rushes into the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. They go up early, 7-0, with the 11:40 mark in the first quarter. Kickoff. It will be a touchback. Texas takes over. 1st and 10. And the ball off. 2-yard gain. First pass attempt by Gonzalez as he throws it, and it falls incomplete as it gets batted away. 3rd down and 8. Gonzalez drops back to pass, looking, doesn't see anything, decides to tuck it and run. He gets past the first down marker before he slides down for the first down, and Texas keeps the chains moving. Designed run this time. Lott gets it for a gain of 1. Gonzalez keeps it for himself, and he gets no gain. And they hand the ball off to Lott on a 3rd down and 9, and he gets 5 on the play. And Texas will have to punt yet again. Second punt, this one for 51 yards, returned by Elijah Ballard, who will get a 15-yard return. And the Cornhuskers take over 1st and 10 at the 20. Ewing hands the ball off for a gain of 5. And it'll be 2nd down. Ewing drops back to pass, finds Jared Livingston over the middle for a gain of 18 on the play. And another big 1st down for the Cornhuskers. Incomplete pass. Rush with Will Brown for a gain of 12. And we have an injury timeout on the field as Khalil Brown for Texas, the defensive lineman, is injured on the play. 1st and 10 at the Texas 45. Ewing drops back to pass, throws it to the outside, and he cannot connect with his man Brown out of the backfield. 2nd and 10. They will hand the ball off to Brown this time, and he'll get 11 yards on the play and another 1st down. Brown is getting lathered up as he gets the handoff, and he rushes it up the middle, lowers the boom before he is brought down for a gain of 8 on the play. 2nd and 10. Ewing tries to set up the wide receiver screen on the outside, and it falls incomplete. The cornerback for Texas, Max Bunting, comes breaking through. In the process, Nebraska's wide receiver, Zach King, was injured, and he comes hobbling off the field. 3rd down and 2 at the 26-yard line. They will hand the ball off to Dominique Thomas. Thomas surges ahead, and he'll get 5 yards and another 1st down. Ewing drops back to pass and complete to Livingston. Hand the ball off to Brown, who gets 7 yards. 3rd down and 3. Hand the ball off to Brown. Brown finds a little bit of room, and he gets the 1st down. But there is a penalty on the play, as it was offsides on the defense. That's 5 free yards, and it will be 1st and goal for Nebraska. They'll hand the ball to Brown, who gets no yardage. Brown gets the handoff again for 7 yards. 3rd down and goal from the 2. They hand the ball off yet again to Brown. Brown tries to find room, and he's going to get blown up at the line of scrimmage for no gain. And it's 4th and goal from the 2. And Coach Heim will leave his offense out on the field. They will go for it. 4th down. Ewing takes the snap. It's a delayed pitch to Brown. Brown can't break it to the outside, and he's going to be dropped for a loss of 3 on the play. And it's going to be a turnover on downs, and they give Texas the ball on their own 5-yard line. Time winding down in the 1st quarter. Gonzalez drops back to pass, and he will complete his first pass of the game as it's a slant over the middle, and he finds Nick Robinson for a gain of 10. Hand the ball off to White, who gets the 2-yard gain. Hand the ball off to Lott, who gets 5. And then on 3rd down and 3, they hand the ball off to Hill, who only gets 1, and that will be the end of the quarter. It is 7-0. Texas has the ball, but it's 4th and 2, and they're going to have to punt this ball away. Bracken, 57-yard punt. Ballard, a 6-yard return. Nebraska takes over on their own 26-yard line. Ewing hands the ball off to Brown, who gets no gain on the play. Ewing drops back to pass, throws it to the outside, and finds Pledger for a gain of 10. Incomplete pass, a rush with Thomas for no gain, and a rush with Brown for a gain of 4. It brings up a 4th and 6. Sends out the punt team. Wells, 41-yard punt. Robinson, 12-yard return. Texas takes over 1st and 10 on their own 30. Gonzalez drops back to pass, finds Jordan Swanson on a curl route, who gets it and is brought down immediately for a gain of 10. Gonzalez goes back to Swanson, this time on a hook route, and he gets a gain of 9 on the play, 2nd down and 1. Hand the ball off to White. White rushes ahead, and he gets a gain of 14, and then it's a 1st and 10 in Nebraska territory at the 37. Lott gets the handoff this time. He gets a gain of 7 at the 30-yard line. Gonzalez drops back to pass. It's play action. Throws it out of the backfield to Dante White. White makes a man miss, and he's an open field, and he's running away with it, and it's going to be touchdown Longhorns. The 30-yard hookup between Gonzalez to White as he rushes it in. The kick is up and good as we are now tied 7-7. And Nebraska will get the kick. It's a 19-yard return taken from the 5-yard line. It's 1st and 10 at the 24. Nebraska on their 4th drive. Ewing drops back to pass, finds Pledger for a gain of 13 on the play. Hand the ball off to Brown, gets a gain of 3. Drops back to pass, and it's incomplete. 3rd down and 7. They are 1 for 3 so far today. Ewing drops back to pass, feels pressure, steps up into the pocket, decides he's going to scramble it himself. He gets past the 1st down marker, and it's a 1st down for a gain of 9 for the Cornhuskers. 1st and 10. Ewing drops back to pass, fires over the middle, finds Livingston, who makes a man miss, rushes up the middle, and he'll be brought down by the safeties on a shoestring tackle as it's a gain of 15 into Texas territory. And that's where the drive stalls. Incomplete pass, a rush with Thomas for 5, and it brings up a 4th and 5 as they will send out their kick team. 48-yard field goal try. Xavier Stanley. This is easy as it goes through. Field goal is good. Nebraska extends their lead, or takes back the lead, 10-7. Kickoff. Taken deep within the end zone. Reese Robinson will get a 21-yard return, but it's only to the Texas 12. So that means he took it from the back line. And Coach Amuck is not happy about this. But he gets a little help because on the very next play, it's a big loss of 5. But there's a defensive holding call on the field. And that is an automatic 1st down. So it negates the negative play, and it gives them another chance at 1st down. Hand the ball off to Marcus Lott, who gets a gain of 6. White gets it for a gain of 9. Lott rushes it for 12. Lott rushes it for 1. White rushes it for 5. And on 3rd down and 4, they hand the ball off to Lott, who is met in the backfield for a loss of 2. And so far today, Texas is 1 for 5 on 3rd downs, as they will have to punt this ball away again. 43-yard punt, 6-yard return. Nebraska takes over on their own 15-yard line. Ewing hands the ball off for a gain of 2. Hands the ball off to Brown for a gain of 13. 1st down. Ewing drops back to pass, finds Pledger on the outside, who comes down with it, and it's a big gain of 18. Ewing drops back to pass, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield for a sack. A loss of 7 on the play. Eddie Shumpert comes through, blows up Will Brown out of the backfield, and the running back, Brown, is injured. He tried to go for a low cut, and it looks like a helmet or a knee hit his helmet, and he is probably going to go into concussion protocol and going to be out for the rest of the game. So the big running back for Nebraska is out. Ewing drops back to pass, finds it out of the backfield to Dominic Thomas for a gain of 16. 3rd down and 1. They're 2 for 5 today. Drops back to pass, looking, throws it to the outside, and he finds Pledger, who gets 2 feet before he gets out of bounds, and that's a big gain of 11. Deeper into Texas territory, they hand the ball off to Thomas, who gets a gain of 7. Ewing, quick pass over the middle, finds Helton's sliding catch for a gain of 5. Trying to get one more play off before the 2-minute timeout, and they will go to the air. He wants it deep, but he decides to take a short pass to Helton, who is tackled immediately for a 4-yard gain, and that will be the 2-minute timeout. 2nd and 6 at the 16-yard line of Texas. Hand the ball off to Thomas, who is met in the backfield for a loss of 2. 3rd down and 8. They run a draw play, and Helton will get the 2 yards back, and it will be 4th and 6. 33-yard field goal chip shot is up and good for Stanley, as there's only a minute 28 left in this first half. Cornhuskers extend their lead 13-7. As they hand the ball off to Texas, gets the kickoff, touchback, and they're just going to run some clock. Handoff to White for a gain of 6, an incomplete pass to Swanson, and then a completed pass to Robinson for a gain of 18. And that will be the end of the first half of action. Texas so far with Michael Gonzalez, who has thrown for 48 yards. He's 5 for 7 on the day. Rushing 114 yards on 20 attempts. They have 3 penalties go against them, totaling 15 yards. On the flip side of that, Cornhuskers. Shane Ewing is struggling today, but 140 passing yards, 10 for 19, 109 rushing yards, 24 rushes. Texas is 1 for 5 on 3rd down conversions. The Cornhuskers 3 for 7, but they're 0 for 1 on 4th. And today's sponsor is Dos Equis, Lager Especial. When it's game time, grab yourself an ice cold Dos Equis, which is a sponsor for most Aero game day calls. Cervezas Mexicana. Stay thirsty, my friends. I know I will. All right. Yeah, we're going to speed run this third quarter. Kickoff taken from the 2-yard line. 24-yard return, but there is a tripping penalty. I don't know how the return man is called for a tripping call, but he is. So 24-yard return brings it back to the 7-yard line, where Nebraska will take over. Ewing keeps it for himself for a gain of 9. Incomplete pass. Helton rushed it for a gain of 4. Helton rushes for a gain of 9. Helton again for a gain of 8. First down to the Nebraska 29 or 37, sorry. Ewing gets sacked. Eddie Shumpert, that's his second one of the day. It brings up a second down and 20. Helton rushes it for 3. Helton rushes it for nothing as they'll have to punt it. 4th and 17. 55-yard punt. Reese Robinson gets a great return of 24 yards, makes it 1st and 10. White gets the handoff, rushes up the middle. He gets hit hard. The ball pops free, and Nebraska takes over on the fumble as we have our first turnover of the game that comes in the third quarter. Nebraska takes over at the Texas 34-yard line. Hand the ball off to Thomas, who gets a gain of 11 on the play. First down. Hand the ball off to Livingston, who gets 9. Second down and 1 from the 14. Ewing drops back to pass, finds Dominique Thomas out of the backfield, and he walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska. They will go for a 2-point conversion. Ewing drops back to pass, completes it to Michael Pledger, and it is good as Nebraska will extend their lead 21-7. 8:47 left in the third quarter. Robinson gets a 19-yard return on the kickoff. A 9-yard rush by Lott. Incomplete pass, 3 and out for Texas as they have to punt. 42-yard punt, 12-yard return. Nebraska takes over on their own 33. New running back for Nebraska after the injured Brown. Wilkerson gets the handoff and gets met in the backfield for a loss of 1. A handoff keeper by Ewing, who rushes ahead, and he gets a gain of 14. Thomas gets a gain of 1. Completed pass to Pledger for a gain of 3, brought down at midfield. And then another completed pass, but this one to Peretta, who gets a 10-yard gain, and it's 1st and 10 at the Texas 40-yard line. Handoff to Livingston for no gain. Incomplete pass. Thomas rushes it for 3, and that will be 4th and 7 at the 37-yard line. Nebraska, instead of trying for a field goal, will elect to punt it. Wells gets all of this one as it's a 46-yard punt that will be a touchback. 1st and 10, Texas. Hand the ball off. Lott is met in the backfield for a loss of 3. Completed pass, Gonzalez to Lott out of the backfield for a gain of 6. 3rd down and 7. Hand the ball off to White. White gets hit hard, and he fumbles it again, but this time it's recovered by Texas for a big first down play, and Texas will continue to hold on to this ball. Hand the ball off to White, who gets a 7-yard gain. Gonzalez completes a pass to Robinson for a gain of 18. It's another first down. Now they're in Nebraska territory at the 36. Gonzalez keeps it for himself on the RPO, and he gets a 7-yard rush. It is now 2nd and 3 at the Nebraska 29 as we end the third quarter. Not much going on that quarter, so that's why we ran through it. Fourth quarter. Gonzalez drops back to pass and complete. Incomplete yet again. It brings up a 4th and 3, and they send out Charles Robinson, the kicker. 46-yard field goal is up and good as Texas cuts into this lead 10-21. Kickoff taken from the 7-yard line. Ballard gets a 15-yard return, and it'll be 1st and 10 Nebraska. They will go 3 and out. 3-yard rush, incomplete pass, and then sacked. 3rd time today, Ewing gets sacked. 4th and 15. 50-yard punt, no return. Texas gets the ball. Hand the ball off to Michael White. White gets 10 yards. First down, Texas. Hand the ball off to White again for a gain of 3. White, keeping with a hot hand, gets it for a gain of 6 into Nebraska territory, but it's 3rd down and 1. Gonzalez tries to set up the screen on the outside, and he'll find Solomon, but he's going to be dropped for a loss of 1. It brings up a 4th and 2, and they will punt the ball away. It will be a touchback. Nebraska, 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. They go 3 and out. Thomas rushed for 1. Thomas rushed for 6. Then an incomplete pass brings up a 4th and 3. 40-yard punt, 19-yard return, but a legal block in the back brings it back 15 yards, and it'll be 1st and 10 Texas on their own 24. White rushes it for no gain. White rushes it for 13. Incomplete pass. White rush for 3. White rush for 3. 4th and 4. Texas has to punt. 47-yard punt, no return, but a hold by Nebraska brings the ball back to the 5-yard line. Ewing drops back to pass, finds Helton for a gain of 11. Ewing gets sacked again. Eddie Schumpert with his third sack of the day drops him for a 9-yard loss for 2nd and 19. But Ewing makes up for it as he finds Antonio St. Laurent for a gain of 21. Big first down for the Cornhuskers. But the very next play, he gets sacked. Adam Tonga gets his second one of the day, the 5th Texas has done so far. Loss of 11. He'll find Helton for a gain of 14, Peretta for a gain of 15, and a first down. 2 big sacks for Texas that their defense can't hold up, and a bunch of time is ticking away. Hand the ball off to Thomas for a gain of 3. Thomas for no gain. First time out. An incomplete pass by Peretta brings up a 4th and 7. 40-yard punt, 7-yard return as we reach the 2-minute timeout. Texas has 2 timeouts. It's 1:56 left in the game. And I'll start slowing down for this last 2 minutes. Gonzalez hands the ball off to Lott, who surges ahead. He gets a 12-yard gain. They go back to the ground game, and Lott gets blown up at the line of scrimmage for no gain. 2nd and 10. Gonzalez drops back to pass, feels pressure, and he's going to be dropped for a sack and a loss of 10 as it brings up a 3rd down and 20. Time winding down. Players rush up to get set. Gonzalez takes the snap, drops back, looking, throws it to the outside, finds Andre Solomon for a big gain of 35, but he couldn't get out of bounds as Texas will call timeout to set up the next couple of plays. 1st and 10 at the 45. Gonzalez drops back to pass, throws it over the middle, finds Spencer Hansen, who slides down for the catch for a 16-yard gain, and Texas uses their final timeout. They hand the ball off the very next play, but even worse is a holding penalty by the offense, drops it for 10 yards. 1st and 20. Gonzalez drops back to pass, throws it to the outside. He'll find Carl Hill, who runs it out of bounds for a 9-yard gain. 2nd and 11. Gonzalez drops back to pass, looking, throws it over the seam. He finds Jordan Swanson. Touchdown, Texas! 30-yard hookup between Gonzalez and Swanson, who split the cornerback and the safety on that up the seam, got open. Now Texas is going for 2. Gonzalez takes the snap. He rolls out, looking, throws it towards the end zone, batted away, incomplete. It will be 16-21 with 54 seconds left in the game. Onside kick time. And Nebraska will recover it, as we will end anticlimactically, as Nebraska will hold off with the extremely late surge by Texas. Nebraska wins it 16-21.